Like she said, only like what you say, rich white Brazilians
rich white Brazilians and
gringos, foreigners
Come
report this. Oh wow.
See, like 21 for cookies.
All right.
The chocolates are really interesting. Some of these get absolutely ridiculous.
Oh wow, I know they expensive. And I see they love chocolate here too.
They do. They have a sweet.
They'll be snacking on something. I'll be watching them.
30, 45. Can you imagine paying $45 for some chocolate?
And then you got to do the math, guys. Is every 5 reals is $1 US.
Yes. So even if you're paying in dollars, it's still overly expensive.
Yeah, it's overly priced.
They have also, like over the last 3 years, they have also forayed into like American pastries. Like they never used, like they have their version.
They were full-fledged.
Yeah, they didn't have this kind of stuff before.
They went full-fledged with it.
Like they have like their what they think of as red velvet, but it's not.
Is that
it's
velvet?
It's just red, you know.
They trying.
And they try to make our little our little lemon pies and things like that.
Wow. What's up, guys? How you doing today? You rocking out with the one and only Philly Dom. I'm out here in Fortaleza, Brazil, hanging out with my friends. Say your name again.
Vonetta.
And I'm going to ask her a couple questions about Brazil and why she live here, and Fortaleza, because she's in an interesting place. Fortaleza is very interesting because this is like off the forbidden path. Like when you think of Brazil, you think of Rio de Janeiro, you think of Sao Paulo, even Florianópolis.
Floripa.
Okay, but you never think about Fortaleza. So I'm gonna dive right into it. Let me ask her a straight up question. What brought you to Fortaleza?
All right, so when before I came here, I lived for 3 years in Ireland.
Okay.
And I worked as an ICU nurse. And I don't know, over those 3 years, like I decided Ireland it just wasn't for me. But the best part of living in Ireland was that I had a bunch of Brazilian friends, and I had a friend from here that was like, yeah, have you ever been to Fortaleza?
Okay.
Have you ever been to, no, he said, have you ever been to South America before? And I was like, no. And he was like, oh, well, you should come and visit Fortaleza. That's my city.
Okay.
And like, I was expecting the third world, because a lot of Brazilians, when they talk about Brazil, they make it sound like it's just completely undeveloped. There's nothing there. There's like one good neighborhood and the rest of it is crap. Like that's kind of the idea.
Okay, the vibe they gave off.
Yeah, like, but when I got here, I was like, this is Fortaleza, you know, like this, like you have
Fortaleza.
Yeah. You have the sun all the time, because in Ireland you have the sun. I'm from Alabama, so I need sun and I need heat, and there's like a sun out there maybe once every for 6 weeks out of the year. They have the sun. And here, you know, you have beach, you have half naked people all the time.
All the time.
Lots of beer, like people
all the time.
Renting all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, I could not, and we didn't just stay in the nice neighborhood, because he's one of those people. Because he practices candomblé, which is kind of like our voodoo. It's like voodoo, but here it's called candomblé.
Yeah, okay.
He practices that African religion, and has a wide range of friends, you know.
Okay.
So it's not like all of his friends and family is just in these rich neighborhoods.
Okay.
I mean, everything from like the poor neighborhoods to the rich neighborhoods to the in between.
Okay.
Like it was just like I couldn't understand why anybody that was from here would leave this place, you know.
Wow, and go somewhere else. And you know my question, what is unique, like history-wise, about Fortaleza? Because I try to get history information about it, but the people, like, I'm gonna say Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
I don't know.
I don't know, Rocky.
Nobody knows nothing, but I know it has some kind of rich history or anything. Could you talk about the history of Fortaleza? And then we'll talk about nightlife and food and other different things, but the history. what makes it? What makes it a unique place, different from other places in Brazil?
It's sometimes it's painful to me that people don't. That's not the hot chocolate that I wanted you to have though. That's like a little normal one.
What?
That's not.
Look how they did me, man. That's what they did.
That's not the. Hold on, let me see.
Test it.
Yeah, this isn't the one that I.
Oh man, but so can they? Will they take it back or so? Would you tell them? Marcos, we got a problem here, Marcos.
Fui o outro chocolate quente. Você tem esse chocolate quente mais porque estou tentando mostrar por ele é americano e eu estou tentando mostrar as lugares muito legal aqui e eu acho que esse muito cremoso é melhor. Mas eu vou beber essa e ele pode ter essa fabulous.
So let them know what you say, because you know nobody they don't speak Portuguese that's watching. So what did you say right there?
Like I asked because he brought us the regular hot chocolate, but I want the special hot chocolate.
Okay.
for you to taste, because we don't have the hot that chocolate that's like they just melted a bar of chocolate and put it in a cup and gave it to you. It's something really special.
All right.
Yeah, but
the history of Fortaleza, what makes it unique?
So the thing that is most painful to me, and it's painful, is that more people don't know that it's not broadly known, because Fortaleza is sort of cut out. Fortaleza is cut out of the national dialogue. The only places they really show or talk about is Rio and São Paulo, sometimes the Amazon, sometimes Minas Gerais, sometimes Florianopolis. But this place is like there are several like historic firsts that happened here, or historical people that came from here.
Okay.
The biggest one to me, of course, being a Black American, is that this was the first place in the entire country. Ceará, the state where Fortaleza was the first place to abolish slavery in the whole country.
Wow.
And hardly anybody, including the people that live here, hardly anybody knows this, you know?
And why is that?
I don't know. Like they have tried Brigada. That's the right one. I can see. That's the one you need.
This is the right one. That's the one. That's the one. Thank you.
I don't know. Like but I don't know. I would say in general though.
Oh yeah.
People do have a sense of patriotism, but and you can see around the city with the names. Like as I said, we have a whole avenue. One of the most popular avenues is called Abolition Avenue here.
Okay.
The governor's mansion here is called Abolition Palace. You know, so they have tried to root this in just the public lexicon, the public knowledge.
Okay.
But why people tend not to know, I don't know. You know, I don't know. But there's a little city called Redemption, and it has like one of the senzalas, one of the big houses, and they have one of the slave quarters downstairs, and you can see like like literally it was a house, and underneath the house was where the slaves lived. Yes. And there are even bats when you go in there. There are bats like that live in there, and you can really feel the oppression, because in America when we show the big houses and the slaves' quarters, they almost look like, you know, they're all painted. Okay. They look like quaint little cottages. Okay. You know, they have not preserved what they were truly like. But at that place, Sorry.
No problem.
Like you literally go into an old slave owner's house, and underneath the house they have the under part of the house is where the slaves lived. They have a part in there where they are sequestered.
Okay.
And one of they have the places where they will put the chains on the wall and keep them on the wall. And they have a particularly cruel place where basically there's like a little dugout in a wall and a door over it that for punishment, like this place that's barely big enough for a body to even fit into,
they put you in there.
They will put somebody in there and close the door, and that would be punishment for them, for whatever. It's crazy.
Wow. What about Fortaleza, and what would attract people to come here to travel to Fortaleza? Because, like I said, it has a lot of competition with other cities here, and like you said, it's not well known. Like internationally, it's not well known, but I mean locally, obviously Brazilians know this is a big hub for them to come here to visit and stuff like that.
Yeah, in my opinion, Fortaleza actually has better beaches than Rio. The infrastructure of the beach and sort of the vibe of the beaches are better, and also like some of the local spots, which hopefully I'll be able to show you a couple of those.
Greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, there are a couple of local spots that I really like here. Like for me that's a difficult thing to say, because it depends on what you're looking for, if everything has to be like balls to the walls and easy to find like in Rio and big and huge, then you got to go to Rio.
Okay.
But if you're looking for like a place that is a little bit more understated,
okay,
and to get like a different vibe or a different view of Brazil, I think that this place is better.
Okay. And I see it's affordable too.
The money, like, it's affordable. I think that if you're looking for the beach thing, like the beaches are better, the infrastructure is better, I think. And for me, it's a lot easier to get around because I'm from a small town.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be in the car for like 2 hours trying to get somewhere.
Okay.
So here, the neighborhoods here they're like small cities,
Okay.
So once different neighborhoods to go to, there's you can go and stay in that neighborhood and have like completely different vibes and different experiences,
Okay.
But yeah, like for me, everything has to be a party. Everything has to be like, So for people with a more subtle personality,
this is a perfect place.
Yeah, and people that want to go a little bit off the beaten path and are more into discovery. I think this is a good place.